the last few weeks, there were amazing tons of IPO and sometimes at the same day. Now, you need some skills for that, and because of that, I thought that I would dedicate this 15-minute mentoring number 25 how to trade an IPO, because you're gonna see there's a lot of opportunities for the good and for the bad, but you need to develop a set of rules, set of things that can help you to get advantage of those situations. So the first thing that I'm doing, on the pre before I'm getting into when I know there's a lot of IPOs, I'm trying to get as much as I can information. So when the time will come, and sometimes you're gonna see, you need to develop sometimes the skills and trade at the same times, one or two, and because nobody, care about the other, and the IPO can pop almost at the same time. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get as much information, and the information that is relevant for me is, for example, I can actually grade by the companies, click on the names and see what kind of sector. There are very good sectors, like the technology, sometimes the biotech, that's pretty hot. So it can give me advantage to maybe look at those in front the others. Another thing that it's kind of very important, because I want to see who is the managers. Because when you see the big, names, the JC, the Goldman, the Swiss, and the Morgan Stanley, and there's a good home there, and they can actually help me to make those decisions. And other things, and you're gonna see in the next slide. I want to see how much the price, how many shares, sorry, because it can influence about the development of the trade, how many shares it's going to be. And I'm actually writing to me also what kind of price they want it, because if I'm going to see immediately that it opened higher, there's much more demand, or there's a lot of things that can be according to this. And this is, for example, for the Friday's IPO. In order, after I'm reading, in order to make it clear to me, because when something happens, you can make a book, but you're not gonna read it. So what you can see here is kind of an upgrade with the one that I think it's more, and I actually wrote myself the prices for the uh, how much the price of the IPO was supposed to be. The first IPO was BFRI. Now, it's a small cap, and I know in the past I was traditional, only above 10, certain volume, and waiting for the 5 minute, but the more you get into, you actually can develop some things. So the IPO price was supposed to be 5, and as you can see, it popped up at the opening, but was a little bit less. And then it start, basing around here. What I did here on is this. Around this level here, again, like a regular technical, I thought to do this. I bought half position, and I wanted to see if we're gonna break the high here and then break the 5, which was the price that was supposed to, I would add more. So what happened here, and you can see how the volume is going, so bought it around 430, and around this level here, you could see it got to 60, but then again immediately you could see a side move. IPO first day beginning has to be fast, at least until the first partial, because if not, you, you need to do something fast. So I actually sold 3/4 of my half position and raise my stop to the entry out. That's it. Fade away. Not really matter. Um, Another IPO that was no, there was the Aura. So the Aura opened around 14, around the price that it was supposed to be like. And as you can see, nothing happened really at the beginning, blah 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 blah. But as the time passed, and I actually moved it to 5 minutes, you could see here the volume growing. So basically, I started the position, and I love to see this kind because you could see that the volume coming exactly at the price that it was supposed to be. It's open a little bit, a few percent up, not something dramatic. And then the trade, start, and you could see the volume, and then it did kind of side move. When I saw this kind of side move around here, and it was pretty good, it was like point and a half. Definitely, I took a partial. And this is something you need to know about IPOs. If they are successful, and this for me is successful, like it's like how much it was supposed to be 14, it was like 1550, one and a half. It's nice percentage. Sometimes they're gonna do the move exactly what you can see here toward the second part, end of the day. See what happened here. Again, I even added about 1550. I raised the entire stop here, and see what happened here. In You actually can zoom in on 1 minute because it was amazing to see it live. This is the IPO, guys. The IPO advantage. See how many bars jumped from around 1550, and remember, which started the trade around 14, almost 4 points. Amazing. And again, you need to be faster when you see a big momentum. Definitely you actually can cash, and you can take even half, more than half, because sometimes it can fade very quickly. So that was our AIRS basically open, and there was nothing to do. It was not clear to me. I didn't understand it, and I didn't actually do nothing. Same with this one, TRDA. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to take a few minutes to rant. But now, what are you gonna do to get better? Will you turn that frustration into fuel to do the work that will make you a better trader? How you will answer will be seen in your future P&L. I want to introduce my mentoring one-on-one. I'm doing this mentoring for a few years. 90%, 90 something percent is usually one-one. Sometimes I did it with couples. And the purpose of this, it's live with the technical. We are dealing with the risk management. We are trading between sessions. We actually take notes in order to be better. And the purpose that we are doing it one-to-one in order to get you to the next phase. Was not clear. You're gonna see if you start following IPO when they're coming to work, you immediately see volume, and usually above the first few minutes it's break the first five, and actually huge momentum, which was not here. But again, nothing really to argue. HRT also was an IPO. Again, it failed, but you can see it's not clear. When you start to think about where trade and start to build a plan, this is piece of crap. Okay? SONX, again, it was supposed to be open at 12. It was open in a gap down. Again, I'm trading those kind of things, even because I did good trades, even it was gapping down, try to do something, fail, but gave us good risk rewards. But again, in this pattern here, there was really nothing to do. It's all broken. There's nothing. So again, it was supposed to be, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 IPO. Um, um, Aura was good. I did good. BFRY was good. And AIRS, another trade. It was supposed to open around 11, and it's open as you can see, it was a nice gap up, but there was nothing to do. So what I did in this one, again, I'm putting on the charts. I'm actually took it here above the 16, and basically it did nice. It did nice. Again, when I'm saying about 16, and I'm looking at it as a regular trade, um, I had, I think, like a 30-cent stop. Again, I'm not going to take the low of the day for something, because if I think this is the momentum, so from here it's going to go up, I'm building the smaller stop I can see, because if it's not going to work, immediately I'm fading away. But because I'm trying to, limit my stop, I can actually take much more quantity. So if, for example, here I had like a 30-cent stop, and the stock did almost, point and a half. It's almost 124, 125, and partial. Usually, I'm taking more than half because of exactly what you see here. A lot of time there can be a momentum, and then the momentum can fade. So lots of opportunity, but you have to be focused. Every chart need to be in front of you. When usually it's starting after hour of trading, so the first hour I'm doing some other trades, but as I see the IPO start popping, all my focus only on the IPO, because you need to be focused, because things can happen fast and you want to grab as much as you can. Our main focus today, going forward, IPOs are another style of trading that you can and you need to develop. So you have another weapon in order to be a better trader. It's an amazing opportunity for a big profitable trade, but it must have a clear risk plan, because as you can see, if it's not going, you need to, use the stop. So the purpose of the IPO is to allow you to make a substantial, profitable, big profitable trade, but on the other hand, if it's not working, and sometimes it's not, lose same. The trades can be faster, you can see, so you need to be aware of that. So if you are not skilled enough, it's not for you. You can develop a system for that. But what you have to understand is that you must think through the trade. Things happen, they're happening fast, so everything needs to be clear. And the purpose of all of this is to cause the trades to grow. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your system. Your goals is your desired outcome. Your system is the collection of daily habits that will get you there. This year, spend less time focusing on outcomes, more time focusing on the habits that precede the results. James Clear, Atomic Habits. Again, the purpose of all the session that we are doing is because we need to crush our limited beliefs.